Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Empire Total War with Darth Mod. This time around, we are facing Kurland, and you might be wondering, why am I fighting Kurland? Weren't they my vassal? Well, this is what happened. The 13 colonies decided that they were going to attack Kurland for some reason, and they were going to drag in Great Britain, of course. So I decided, you know what? We're not gonna stand up for Kurland and go to war with Great Britain over them. So I declined my alliance with them. And we don't want it, of course, to be taken up by Great Britain and have Great Britain sitting right there on our shores. So we're gonna take it ourselves. First things first was to send over the cavalry army to actually lay siege in the wait for me to bring up infantry and cannons and stuff. Unfortunately for me, the Kurlanders actually sallied forth. It still says it's 50-50, but I'm not so sure. There's a unit of pikemen. Would be rather hard to assault them with cavalry. So all I have is the National Cavalry, versus about 5,000 men. So there's about 5-1 in favor of the Kurlanders against my cavalry units. So it's gonna be all about the cavalry shock and to striking these units from multiple angles to get the full effect and to rout them as soon as possible. And also trying to snipe out their general Felix Kamp. So yeah, there we've got kind of our battle plan. Now let's go ahead and try and execute it, shall we? I think we just I'll go ahead and start it. I've split up my force, so I have 5 units of National Cavalry, as they're called, on this side. And then we have another 5 units across over there. These kinda look distinctively Napoleonic, or at least everyone except the commander, which is kind of interesting. The Kurlanders currently just sitting in their fort. I thought they were gonna sally out and actually meet me. We do have 2 militia units, or it's a militia unit and a provincial garrison that's outside. So let's see if we can't strike them. Because there's no way for me to get into the fort. So I'm not entirely sure what the enemy is really thinking. Or obviously the AI isn't thinking at all. Because if it runs out of time, then he's gonna lose the battle. And all that's gonna happen is that I'm gonna be able to take out those units that he's gonna leave on the outside. So I think we'll have these 3 going for the front and these 2 coming in from the back. And it looks like they realize they've seen the cavalry, they hear the hooves trampling up dirt, and they're moving to stop us. Kind of look like the flag is cut in half. Doesn't look very pretty, does it? I'm gonna order the cavalry to charge. That was more in a hope to have the units stop and try to face us rather than anything else. Right, here comes the cavalry. Polish lancers. And they strike through the unit. And then these 2 are gonna swing in from up top. Oh, these guys formed square. I still think though that I have enough cavalry in these units to break down the enemy. So the actual line unit has lost about 40 men, while the militia regiment has lost about 80. But the thing is, I have lost quite a few lancers myself. I'm hoping though... Oh, there they go. The line regiment, or the garrison regiment, actually broke before the militia. As I tell the lancers to chase them down, I think this one's gonna break as well. Yes, it has shattered. And within seconds, it's an absolute massacre as the lancers get them all. 64 there and 21 here. We lost kind of a lot of lancers though. The lancers will retire. They're winded and tired, so they're not going to be able to do another charge. However, looking on the other side, they're moving out pikemen, militia and garrison troops. We're gonna bring over this unit to strike them on that side. I think we're gonna probably have to run this on time, because I don't think the enemy is gonna actually try to leave their fort, or they're gonna leave enough units inside for me not to be able to win the battle. Are you actually gonna be able to fire? Yes, you are. Luckily for me, they didn't actually... Ooh, I spoke too soon. No, they weren't able to hit us, but damn. It might be better then to stick close to the walls, prevent their cannons from actually shooting us. I'm gonna have these at a gentle pace move over to this side, just in case. Charging these guys head on is probably not going to be an option, as we're going to get shot down. Unless I put 3 in wedge formation coming from the front out of the forest, while 2 units move to outflank the enemy. Once the enemy tries to correct itself for the units on the flank, then is when the wedges strike out of the forest and straight through their lines. Oh, they're actually moving to face us. And the pike unit has formed a pike square, so we're just gonna avoid that. And it looks like they're kind of singling out these 2 units. They want to lose them. And yeah, let's strike before they get any other ideas going. And let's have these 2 come in from the back, as the wedges now leave the forest and charge through the unprepared militia units, which start to rout immediately. And then this unit's gonna come in from the flank and make sure that the defeat is finalized for these 2 units. And see if we can't win the fight before the I think when we're chasing, we're gonna drop the wedge formation. Charge after them. I don't know how to take on the pike unit though. We're gonna have to try and hit that from all sides simultaneously, but if they even you know, try to form a pike square or anything like that. The thing is, I'm not gonna win anyways, because they're not sending out their entire force. So what's the point of trying to take on the pike formation? We're gonna have to retreat. The pikes are getting too close. charge that unit down and try to avoid the pikes. And we'll chase them down. And as we chase them down, this unit tries to chase us down. We're getting further away from the other unit that's moving in. All these guys. The way that I might have gone in and... Oh, they're sending out a armed citizenry unit. That's great. Okay, now both those units are broken. Thing is though, I imagine these guys are way too tired. So it would be way too hard to take on the pikemen. So we're just gonna retire. Into cannon range though, but I think we might end it here. I'll try to avoid the enemy just as much as possible and then just run out the time. The enemy will lose and the siege will continue. Have these units march over here. I think this one might rally. They're still tired, so they're taking the sweet time to get organized again. So yeah, I think not running this battle too long. I think we'll end it here and then come back if something spectacular happens, or if we get an opportunity to kill off quite a few units. But otherwise, I think we'll jump over to when I have run out the time on this battle. Right, we're back because I just broke the pike formation by charging it from both sides, and for the fact that most of the Kurlandian army is actually leaving the fort at this point. So they're actually marching out to face us en masse. And they're kind of sandwiching themselves in between my cavalry units here. Well, that's at least what I'm hoping to do. Once again, the Lancers charge and seemingly overwhelm the Kurlandian defenders as they are caught unprepared marching out of the fort. The troops are wavering. Even the general is shaken, and then the second unit of cavalry turns up just in time to attack from the other side, and I bring in my own general. Give it a little bit more. They're losing over here, so these two units. Right. Now we got everything, and I want to go for that militia. Charge for Poland! What is that? The general's bodyguard is broken. And now Felix Kamp was killed. This militia unit broke due to that. And we'll send one unit to chase them down. We're kind of getting stuck here against this one militia unit. And there's still some wait, where did they put the cannon? Didn't they bring? Had they had a cannon? Have they brought that one out? This unit's actually been actually being able to fire. Oh, there's the cannon. It's right behind there. The thing is, we're kind of getting bogged down here and not being able to get through. You can see maybe the general can come around and attack from the back. Maybe that's not such a good idea instead. My cavalry is really tired at this point. Let's go for the guy in the forest that actually have been able to quite successfully fire on us. Let's bring in the general as well. And there, through the forest, the lancers arrive. The enemy has lost so much at this point. In troops and in just willpower due to the general falling. And I mean, even the pike square broke. Now the cavalry will turn back. The general will continue to chase down this unit. The horses must be tired at this point, having rode back and forth across the battlefield, slaying the Kurlandian force. Right, go for the cannon, and let's end this battle. Right, the cannon is shattered as well, and the armed citizenry is shattered, and I won the battle! All we need is Polish lancers, and victory will be ours. And then we have the result of that battle. We can see that the enemy lost 3,000 men out of the force, plus the general, while we lost only about 400 men, leaving almost 900 of us still standing, while only 1,500 of their original force still stands. Highest killer was National Cavalry. What a surprise. It's all National Cavalry. The one unit that lost the most lost almost half the unit, but then again most of our units killed almost 300. So for each lancer that fell, we felled about 3 enemies. That's probably an even better score than that, actually. Yeah, it's closer to 10 for each lancer. We felled 10 enemy soldiers. And the siege goes on. We get a message from the Barbarous State, Mehmed I, and I'm actually going to allow this. For one reason and one reason only. They are blockading my Black Sea port, and in so completely blocking the trade through there, and deriving me of quite a bit of money. And the thing is, I am recruiting, or I'm building a fleet there, but I cannot actually deploy it because the harbor is under attack. So we're gonna go ahead and agree to this, only maybe to go ahead and declare war on them the next turn again. They're actually trading with France and the Mughal Empire, but the rest are all enemies of the Barbary States. Peace signed with the Barbary States, and that should mean that I am able to launch that ship that I was building, and I should be able to sink their light galley. And yeah, the stupid bastard. We just needed to play a little bit for time, and that is exactly what we got. And the 5th rate has been launched in the Black Sea. Plenty to take control of the Black Sea. Built up a naval basin both in Sevastopol and over at Cetin or whatever place else, which means we can get even a 4th rate instead of the 5th rates. Carries a lot more cannons, which is great. New technology advances, new model bayonet. We get line infantry guards and grenadier guards, plus charge bonus and national prestige. And then we get diamond formation and Royal Polish Cuirassier Guard. Oh no, that's the next one we're doing. A new port emerges. So, I've been going really hard to get new ports. And since we get so much cash, I've actually exempted the I've exempted tax from all the coastal cities or coastal provinces, just to speed up the process of getting more ports. The thing is, I think we're almost already trading with everyone we can trade. We were going to trade with France, because I signed a peace with them. Then we're gonna sign with not the Barbary state, which, oh, that's the only one. Right. We could build a trade port here, but this province, I'd rather actually have the ability to recruit some proper ships here from a shipyard. One thing that I've been thinking about is, shouldn't I be building, let's see, where is the port? Shouldn't I be getting, where do you get, or do you get trade ships in this? Light galley, 5th rate brig, 4th rate, 6th rate galley. Fishery, what can I get from there? Am I not able? Steamship, 1st rate, rocket ship, carronade frigate, raise, war galleon, brig, bomb, gallery, heavy 1st rate, sloop of war, heavy frigate, admiral's flagship, privateer, heavy privateer, 5th rate, sloop, brig of war. Okay, so I guess that's not how it works in Empire. I guess you just need a fleet and you place it on one of the trade nodes, which I think we should definitely look into doing. It seems like most of these are under control of someone. Let's see if we can find one. Oh, we should see about if we can find one node. This one is controlled by the Ottoman Empire, by the Straits of Madagascar. And I don't think the Ottomans have a particularly good navy. So if we build up our navy a little bit better, we should be able to go there and take control of that. And I think since we've got the port there, I'm actually gonna... We don't get that much cash. It's probably better to keep it as it is there. And then it's a light galley. Is there even a point to attacking it? I'm bringing up the cannons as well. I decided to go ahead and actually attack this because I was seeing Austrian forces started. Karl Marx. Wait a minute. Karl Marx in control of this army right here. We better keep an eye on this guy. Right. So I decided to move my army down here. We're moving in a load of cannons as well. So they're actually building somewhat of a force. The thing is, I think we'll bypass Istanbul to start off with, and instead we go to Athens, because they have an actual force at Athens. The thing though is they have one of those improved fortifications. Not that the Ottoman ones are that bad, but I really dislike the European ones. And it usually cause really messy battles. But Athens is definitely a target, and we'll just bypass this and their capital. And also, I guess because of my technology, we get these estates. So we should get loads, not only wealth, but loads of, reduced food shortages and increased population growth, which should definitely speed up us getting a lot of extra villages across our land, which is going to be very nice. We're still holding on to the siege here, and I said I was going to bring in infantry and cannons, but I haven't actually even started recruiting the cannons. The thing is, I could bring cannons from this army down, but the thing is, this army will take one of the hussars just to move up and scout here. And I'll show what the Swedes... So we have quite the force of Swedish forces actually holding St. Petersburg. And St. Petersburg doesn't have a fort. So we're going to have a field battle, and it's going to be one hell of a field battle as well. Because they have, what, 31 units ready to fight us there, and we bring an army of 32 units. So there is going to be one hell of a battle. I guess I just need a bit of infantry to be able to get into their bloody fort. And then I think I should finalize the defeat of these bloody... Oh, we're not even going to be able to defeat them. Oh. Right. And I also forgot they can increase, not increase, but they can replenish without actually being in control of the province. They just need to pay. Grenadier Guards. Probably something I should have in the capital. And then we should look to go against Copenhagen, which means we should see about striking a deal with Hanover. And see what Hanover wants. There, Hanover is friendly. It's Sophia Dorothea the First, Industrial Revolutionary, and Sybarite, which means what? Whereas most people can be appeased with cheap whores and gin by the bucket, some of us, this man has done much for his cultural landscape. This character can drink but not. Let's see if it goes through that again. I can read the end of it. But some of us has more refined tastes. Okay, so it's some sort of refined taste, while other men can be bought by or impressed or, I guess, appeased, it says. Cheap whores and gin by the bucket. So I guess we'll have to maybe present her with some state gifts. But first we'll just ask for military access. Her power is weak, but she has quite a lot of money. Let's see. How many turns would I need? I just need the army to cross over. Jesus Christ. Guerrilla mercenaries. How interesting. Why does Sweden has a load of guerrilla mercenaries? The Yellow Hussars. Dragoons, quite a few cannons. This is going to be an even bigger battle against Habel Sulug. I don't know, I think that guy is probably a mercenary general, because that is certainly not a Swedish general name I've ever heard. Habel Sulugub. Sulgubben. Look at that! Who has turned up? He managed to escape over there in that fort, but he's turned up here again. Armfelt. He managed to escape here in Livonia. Right. Wait. Cannons are being built. Yes, where were I? We needed military access. How many turns? 10? No, offer. I'm not gonna offer anything. 10. I'm gonna demand 10. And I'm gonna pay you. I will probably pay a reasonable sum for her. 5,000. How about that? And so the business of the day is concluded. Can I give you technology? Probably could have given her quite a bit of technology. And that would have worked out. She's allied with the Austrians. So that means my entire army can march over. I, though, for this army, has a bit of a ace up my sleeve to take on the Swedish. Because I've recruited tons of Fusiliers. So we basically kind of have some extra troops, Prussian troops, being recruited into our army. 56 accuracy. We're waiting for 5 more, but then we'll cross over. And I think that 56 accuracy is going to wipe the Swedish off the field. How good, even how bloody, you know, good they are. So we've got 2 major battles going on, possibly going on against the Swedish in the next episode. And then, what else is there? I don't know, maybe we can check out some... The thing is, we did... I don't know how long the battle was, and I don't think we can fit another one. We could fit another small one. You know what? I can sink that Barbary State ship. That's what we can do for the end one. Barbary State, you're an absolute turd, and no one likes you. And I am going to declare war against you. We do not fear your guns or swords. But when the will of Allah, the Almighty, prevails, then we shall truly fear us. I doubt it. I doubt it very much. And say hello to this Polish 5th rate called Liz. Liz the Les is ready to attack. And, ooh, this little galley that was apparently stopping us from trading in this port have 2 guns. While we have 47, meaning that we have, what, 24 and a half cannons more. And without further ado, let's smash this little Fleetwood. And there we go! The mighty Polish fleet against the Barbary State dinghy. 27 men aboard and 4 cannons. So they actually had twice the cannons that I said. We have... oh! Jesus! That actually looked like that made quite the dent on our ship. However, we are soon to unleash our guns on them. Keep up the fire if you could. I guess their ace up their sleeve is the fact that their boat is so small that we won't be able to hit it. I think we actually managed to get 1 hit off on it. And we threw their captain onto the deck of his ship. Now we're getting close enough for the muskets to start firing. We can see the guys up in the rigging. The Marines have started opening fire. Now when they're going to pass us, are they going to try and board us? Damn, they're going to ride straight up into us. And I guess they're going to try to fire below the waterline to sink the ship. Not that that really worked. I wish I could get closer. It's perfect. It's a perfect range because the shots are going through the front of the ship. I like how the cannons are actually down there. There's still some people on the ship. I don't know how they managed to fit 15 people. I don't know where they all are. They must have hiding below. Oh, he's like, yeah, I'm helping. He's still standing, though. No, we're gonna continue until it sinks. Or explodes in 1,000 pieces. And there we go. I guess we weren't allowed to see any more of that. And with that, we've sunk the Barbary fleet. And we even captured the ship. I could add it to my fleet, but I would be stupid to do such. So we're going to sell it. And there we go. And now we can even probably take control of this area right here. Do they have... They don't have a port along here. Thing is, the Ottomans might have a stronger navy somewhere else. Ooh, they're making quite a bit of money out of this port, aren't they? 7,000 out of this one. They're making 20,000 out of that one. See if I can... Oh yeah, we burnt that one. Now they're making nothing out of that one. And they're making 2,000 out of this one. So we burned that one too. No money out of that one. 11,000 out of this one. So I'll burn that one too. And now they're making bupkis. Nothing. There's still some money coming in here. No, there's not. So we have they have a trading port out here. Let's see if we can burn that one too. But I do think that one is mostly just shipping. Oh, look at that. A 5th rate. An Ottoman 5th rate. Ah. So our 5th rate against their 5th rate. But there we go, I just burned all the ports in the Mediterranean. Almost all of them. So they went from... they made 20,000 there, 2,000 there, and 11,000 there. That's a lot of money that I've deprived the Ottomans out of. And we're gonna get even more ships coming in. So that's pretty nice. And I think we're gonna end the episode right there, but you know what we have to look forward to? Not the Kurland siege, but a battle over at Copenhagen and one over at St. Petersburg. Probably start with the St. Petersburg one, because we're only a day's march away until we get there. And yeah, that's about it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and as I always say, goodbye.